Hey everybody, and welcome back to Draugen. Robert Rambles here, and thanks for joining me. We are in day 2, so we must have made it back just fine, although we had a weird evening, a little unsettling, no one to be found, and yet we saw someone lurking around outside. But we made it back to this house, and we slept it off, and now we're looking for Lissie, which seems to be a recurring trend.
Lissie!
Outside, Teddy.
Okay.
I just about given up on you ever waking up. Sleep well?
I dreamed of Betty. She was in the garden, and she called for me.
How about you, Lissie dearest? Oh, you know me, old fruit, wide awake at first light.
The Fretlands didn't come home, did they?
They did not. There's no sign of anyone. Aside from last night's mistwalker.
I've been thinking about that.
Let's see, Shadow. He's still confused about what happened last night. Did he see only shadows in the night? I think he's still confused about the events of the previous night. What was real and imagined. Let's go with
You're
Shadow.
about to-
It was dark. Maybe I just saw a shadow.
That sounds the
Chasing
least crazy.
shadow. That's very unlike you, old boy. Usually you scurry off in the opposite direction.
I didn't get a good look. I'm not even sure there was anyone there.
Well, there must be someone here. And I'm not talking about ghosts. Or goats. What was it you said yesterday? Maybe they're peeking at us through the windows.
I'll take a gander. The Fretlands will be home soon. And Betty's here. I know it. I feel it.
If you say so, teddy bear. Have you had your noodle juice yet?
I'm not rummaging through their cupboards.
You'll be a pill without your tea and toast, old bean. We need to get you sorted.
I'm not hungry. First point on the agenda. Find the natives.
A mission! Hot dog! I'll scout ahead. I'll meet you down by those houses.
Maybe we should stick together?
Let's
Just
uncover your secrets, Grovik.
I guess not. Alright, so we have a hand-drawn map here. What else do we have? Here's the full letter. Dear Mr. Harden, I hope this letter finds you well. My husband Johan and I received your letter from July 9th. We would like to extend an invitation to visit our home this October. Do not worry about being an inconvenience as we have only one child, our daughter Ruth, and plenty of room for a visitor. We were troubled to hear of your sister Elizabeth's disappearance. Unfortunately, I have no news to share, nor do I believe she's landed in Gravik yet. I have made inquiries, and shall send you another letter if there's word. I'm certain she's alright, however, and that she's simply been delayed on her journey. In regards to your travels, I'm afraid there's no longer a ferry from Aliserd to Gravik, so you will need to find your own transport across the fjord. When you arrive, you'll find our farm atop the hill. There's a road from the landing and up past the general store. Our farmhouse won't be hard to see. It's the largest house in the village. Please write again when you've settled on your travel plans or receive word of your sister. My husband and I very much look forward to seeing you here in October. Anna Fretland. Okay, so that's the full letter. And that's all we have right now. I'm assuming this is going to get filled out as we discover things. And we can pull that back up with J. Okay. Let's see what we can discover right in the immediate area. So we're drawing something, and I'm assuming that's adding it to our journal. I guess that would have went on for an indefinite amount of time. But I got caught up in watching the lighting change. Oh, that's cool. Okay. That's totally worth it. So we're an artist, if not by trade, then definitely by hobby. Or so it would seem. Goats. I wonder if we can get through here. Probably not. Nope. That looks like it leads just up into the mountains. We're not getting in here.
Lissie!
Right by the village houses.
Her voice certainly does carry quite a long ways. I'm going to check over here as well. I don't know if we'll be able to get into any of the outbuildings, but we should definitely make sure that we can't. Because if I were a shadowy person and I were hiding nearby, I would probably do it in one of these outbuildings. But it looks like they are sealed up tight. There's the outhouse. Alright, let's venture down, shall we?
Where are you?
By the village houses, Teddy.
She's down that way. We could go that way, or we could circle the way we came. Let's go down this road. This is not the way we came up, I don't believe. Oops, we're stuck on a wall. Oh no. Well, that's not good.
Up here, Teddy. Hey, eyes up here.
Oh, geez. Wow. That's actually really impressive.
Such a beautiful day.
I don't climb
You could
trees like
bottle
that.
and sell this air in Boston. It's frankly medicinal.
The sun is out, but he feels the chill to his bones. Winter
Teddy?
approaches.
Hello?
She's always climbing trees, rocks, buildings. It never fails to worry him. Let's go with that. I definitely would not want to find myself up there for no good reason.
Careful you don't fall.
You suck the fun out of everything, old boy.
We're far from any doctor. I don't want you to hurt yourself.
That's not very likely, is it?
I don't know. Seems like
Thought
it
you
could
were
be.
scouting ahead.
What do you think I'm doing? Vantage point.
It's a good
like
point.
on a pirate ship.
Mm-hmm.
I can probably see our house in Hanover from here.
Did you check those buildings?
Knocking on doors isn't a scout's job, old bean.
I guess that's what we're gonna do.
There must be someone around.
Only one way to find out, old sport. Did you check all the houses?
No, not yet. It seems like if there were anybody around who wanted to be found, we would have seen them by now. Or heard a noise, or something. A dog barking.
Hello? Anyone here?
Why, hello, Mr. American. Please come in for a cup of tea and biscuits.
You're not helping.
No one home?
There must be someone around.
Only one way to
Oh,
find-
what the fuck?
Who?
Excuse me.
Who's there?
But, for real. I didn't see anybody inside. You could see inside the house for a minute. I didn't see anybody there who could have grabbed the door, but they could have been standing behind it. Okay. What does this say? Forrader? Forrader. I don't know. Do we know what that means? Would I grab this door handle? Possibly not, but we're doing it. Whoa. Weird.
Hello? Anyone home?
No. There's no one home. I feel like I would have called Lissie over here. Honestly. What the hell?
Did you see this door closing?
It's a little weird.
It was just the wind, teddy bear. You're as skittish as a pussycat. There's one more house. Third time's the charm.
Alright, well, we're gonna go in. Regardless of whether she wants to go in or not, we're gonna read that note. And see, but I could have swore I heard something knocking.
September 21st, 1923. Vi desperate. Lissie, found something here.
We definitely did.
Escalated from words to stones. Blood has been spilled. The curse haunts us all. There is no hope left in... Good Sforlata. Good. God. Right. In this God-forsaken place. The death of the... Jiminy. Death of the children was the end of Grovik.
What?
Whatever remained of our souls...
The death of the children?
...departed with them. You should see this, Lissie.
I don't like it.
The letter just trails off. Was never sent.
Speaking of Lissie, I don't think she could hear us from outside. It's like we're talking to her, but it's almost like we're talking to ourselves. And I guess that's it. We're not opening that. The death of the children. The curse? What is she doing out there? She's practicing handstands. At least one of us is taking this seriously. I just have to see if she falls. Okay. That's great. The wood is so creaky, you can hear it. Sounds like somebody knocking. It's pretty terrifying. Okay, listen to what we found.
There must be someone around.
Only one way to find out, old sport.
Hey.
Did you check all the houses?
I did. I want to tell you about the thing I found. Maybe she already knows about it. I'll tell her later. She doesn't seem too concerned with the door shutting on its own. Or the curse we just
Anyone
read about.
home?
Unless they're playing hide and go seek, I'd say that's a no. Three strikes, you're out.
I
I
appreciate
don't think anyone's been home for a while.
I appreciate he's not yet willing
Someone
to go into
painted the
everybody's
word
house.
Traitor on one of the doors.
Traitor, that's what that means.
And there was a letter. It sounded foreboding.
Well, you were wrong. The villagers are not indoors.
Let's see. Elizabeth is the sole reason he's here, and he can't lose sight of that. Explore. He's only seen a small part of the village, he thinks. There are still many places to visit. The boat still bothers him, like a fly buzzing in his ear. There's no good reason for it to have vanished. I want to follow up on the
I
boat.
still don't understand what happened to the boat.
Just
Why don't we investigate?
Let's give her some space.
Maybe it's even drifted back to shore
Look at
by
that. She's
now.
getting better at it.
Unlikely. But I would like to know how it got unmoored.
Well, it's a bright and beautiful day, and we have nothing better to do.
So we're going to
What on earth are you
investigate
doing?
the docks.
Handstands, Teddy. My record is 2 minutes. I'm working on 3.
It's good for upper body strength.
Just go on ahead. I'll catch up.
That's probably why she's buffer than us. We're not doing a lot of handstands these days, are we?
Lissie!
Right here.
Not sure that us splitting up is such a great idea, but... Now I wonder... Are we tracking ourselves on here? Or that would be kind of weird in a hand-drawn map, I guess.
July 24th. Memorial service. A commemoration of the accident at the mine this past summer. No services after that.
Now, when they say the children died, did they all die in the mine? Or did something else happen? I have to think that maybe they all died in the mining accident that we heard about. I don't think it was
These
uncommon
graves.
back then to send children into
happened?
mines.
It's a cemetery.
But look at the soil. These are recent burials.
Mm-hmm. Good
You're
call.
right.
Good call.
Do you think this is where everyone's gone?
Edward looks around, silently
they all
counting the fresh graves.
dead?
There are many, but not enough. Yeah, I don't think this could be everybody in the town, but the children maybe.
This can't be everyone. Besides, someone had to bury the bodies.
Fair point. Well made.
Something did happen. Several people died in a short period of time.
How? An accident? A mass murder? Spanish flu?
I wouldn't want to speculate until I've learned more.
I can speculate for the both of us.
Well-
Exactly.
Betty's not here. I'm gonna keep looking.
What about the church?
Yes, we will check it out. Is this just a... Oh, we do have another drawing spot here. Definitely want to capture all of these. And we'll let it play for a minute. Alright, let's check it out in the journal, shall we? I like it. I think that's pretty cool that he does that. I don't know if it's ever gonna serve us in a gameplay way. That'd be cool if it somehow came back, if we needed to remember what a building looked like to solve a puzzle and we could consult the journal without having to run back and look at it. That'd be kind of neat.
Why would they board up a church?
To keep the ghosts from escaping?
Lissie,
God is
Or
left
the
here.
What does that say?
God is not
God
here.
is not here.
Okay. And so we're not getting in that way. However, we can just creep around the eaves a little bit. Doesn't look like there's any way to get into the main structure, though. Okay. Well, they're successfully keeping us out of the church.
Well, so much for that. No wedding, no baptism, no funeral.
There must be people somewhere. Where are you going?
For constitutional. To breathe some of this salty sea air. You go on ahead. I'll find you.
Fair enough. She really likes to keep splitting the group up. Maybe once if we ever figure out what's going on here, we'll be a little more cautious. Now the dock is down that way. So maybe we should go investigate that. Although now that we're up here, we could... Actually, this is as far up as we go, I think. I'm still curious. Yes, so we are tracking ourselves on this map. That's very interesting. Okay. So we gotta go back down the trail and we'll get down to the docks. It is very quiet here. You can just hear the wind, some birds, but no, you can just tell there's no people. Got Got a little ways to go. So I do like this hand-drawn map. I think that's really great. That it's hand-drawn, but that it's also actually functionally tracking us. We even marked the house that has the writing on it. I wonder if we'll pencil in more details as we explore different buildings. And I wonder if we're ever going to step into any of these buildings we kind of peek our head in, or if that's all we're going to do. Maybe there's nothing in them for us to find. Came over this way just because it looked scenic. I thought maybe we'd have a spot to draw, but I guess not.
How about we don't go back to Hanover and stay here instead?
And
we
how
catch
would
up?
I survive?
Hunt, harvest, forage. People have survived here for centuries. Why can't we?
I wouldn't even know where to begin.
I could learn. I'd start with goats. Goats can be eaten and milked. Probably not in that order.
No, probably not.
Fretland and Son.
How do you figure?
It's on the sign above the entrance. And on this photograph. Frederick and Simon Fretland.
So this is the general store, right?
Frederick Fretland and Son.
Johann's brother and nephew.
The Fretlands have their fingers in all the pies.
Sorry. You were saying?
You'd have thought someone would have seen us by now.
Even if they were all hiding indoors.
Simon Fretland. Frederick's son.
And Johann's nephew. See, I'm getting the hang of this. Simon. That was the name in the burnt book. So Simon is Ruth's older cousin.
A lot of family ties.
The older gentleman is clearly Mr. Fretland's
Especially
twin brother.
common in
Twins
a
are
small
confusing.
community.
If this was a dime novel, they'd be switching places at
Don't
some
say
point to
that,
confuse
because
the
they
coppers.
probably
Damn you,
have.
twins!
Okay. Let's check the notice board out over here. Poster.
They had a memorial service for the accident in the mine. On July 24th, in the village church.
For something that happened 20 years ago?
It still affected their lives.
So, yeah, the mining accident, I guess, happened a long time ago. If all the graves are fresh, something must have happened recently.
The ferry route is no longer operating.
Rats!
Mrs. Fretland already informed me in her letter.
I know. Still warrants a resounding rats.
I wonder why it stopped running.
Look around. How many people live here? 20? 30? That can't be enough for a ferry route.
Things got quieter after the mine closed down.
They need to move on and find something else to put their village on the map. Tobacco farming, maybe.
He pities the village, disconnected as it is from the world outside, but he sees the parallels to himself, disconnected from humanity. Journey. His arms are still sore from the trip across the fjord. He won't soon forget the ordeal. Let's talk about the village.
They must have been so isolated, with no easy way in or out.
Aren't there boats?
You saw how much work it was to cross the fjord. And if the weather's bad...
It can't be healthy, being so isolated. Cooped up inside, reading the collected works.
Yeah, all right. I get
This
it.
village is basically you two.
I said, all right.
Oh, we can still talk about the journey. Awesome.
The ferry would have made the trip here much easier.
And you wouldn't have had to pay that farmer a fortune to rent his boat.
I had no choice.
We should keep his boat, if it comes back. Bring it with us to Hanover.
We did sort of
Do
lose
what
it.
with it exactly?
I don't know. Grow parsley in it? Use it in the pond? Forget it. Stupid idea.
And then there's a telegraph.
The telegraph is out of order.
Well, there goes my plan. NOSOS.
This was 2 years ago, but the notice is still up.
How can it take 2 years to get something like that fixed?
If they couldn't afford it? Or couldn't get anyone to come fix it?
Well, this place really is off the map. Here be dragons. Or draugans, I guess.
And that's where we learn how to pronounce the name of the game properly. Alright, let's check over here before we head down to the docks. We actually might be able to go inside the general store. Let's see. Or maybe we'll just poke our heads in. Oh, it is locked up tight. Which makes sense.
Why lock any doors? I can't imagine they have a problem with punks and hoodlums.
The sign says they're closed, but I thought maybe...
I'm sure we could get in through a window if we absolutely needed to. But there may not be anything useful inside depending on how long people have abandoned this place for. If they have in fact abandoned it. I have my doubts that it's completely abandoned. Let's check over here before we check the docks.
Lissie!
I'm down at the store.
Nope, she's not coming over here with us. And it doesn't look like there is much over here, so I don't blame her.
There's no damage to the rope.
I don't know what that means.
Nobody cut it. I guess the knot could have unraveled on its own.
They could have
Didn't you say
untied
you
the
used a
knot.
sailor's knot?
I'm a scholar, not a fisherman.
So who took our boat? A ghost?
The tide, current, a stranger in the night, whatever stole the boat, Edward knows
If not a ghost,
can be explained.
then a goat?
His knowledge of the
The
tide is
goat's
academic,
road?
not practical, but it makes sense that it could have taken the boat. Current, the fjord, Edward knows, can be treacherous.
Maybe the boat saw an opportunity to be free of the yoke of humanity and stole off into the night.
I feel
There
like
must be a
it's
logical
unexplained, but
explanation.
something happened.
It's safe to say no ghost in the night stole our boat.
Right.
If you say so. But then who were you chasing after last night? A shadow?
I don't know. It was probably all in my head. The weather's favorable today.
I did a little dance last night, appeasing the weather gods. Thor, in particular, was mightily impressed.
Was he?
Promised to back off with the thunder and lightning for a spell. And don't you know, he proposed to me.
Oh, of
But I told
course.
him I'm not into gods. I prefer jazz musicians.
Interesting. Is there anything else we can do with this, or that's it? It looks like that's all we're going to find out. Well, oh, nice. Excellent. Let's check it out. Very cool. And if we go back to the map, okay. So it didn't check anything off here.
It's quite peaceful.
If no one was around, I'd strip naked. The earth would delight in my bare feet. The wind would savor playing with my hair.
Is that so?
I don't know, I just like being naked. But not when you're around, teddy bear.
Fair enough. Let's continue to explore. Is she gonna hang out
What
there?
are you up to?
Delighting in the little things. They're like dew. My heart is the morning, and it's refreshed by their presence.
Where do these strange thoughts come from?
Oh, you're a funny egg, old bean.
What do we have here? Oh. Is this our boat?
A boat! Teddy!
Just a boat.
Hot dog! This is
like
our
a-
ticket out of here!
Looks old and
Not
decrepit.
without Betty.
Well, there's a big old hole in it and it looks rotted. With some dismay, Edward observes that the wood is rotten. It was years since this boat was seaworthy. Yeah, it's both bad.
Besides,
The hole
wood's
and the
rotted
rot.
through. This boat isn't
It's
seaworthy.
not going anywhere.
It's curious. The state of the boats. It's like they stopped taking care of them.
Seems short-sighted. How would they fish? Or get anywhere at all?
Look at this one. Yeah, they stopped taking care of him all right.
What are you doing?
Looking for a white rabbit in a waistcoat. Have you seen him?
A white
We'll follow him down the hole, Teddy. Or maybe we already did.
Alice in Wonderland. I see.
So wonderfully apt.
She does say some very peculiar things. That's certainly true. What do we have here? Monument stone.
What's this?
Remnants of the mining operation.
What, mine?
Remember, I told you yesterday. There was a mine here, but it closed down 20 years ago.
I know, Edward. I was just checking for a sense of humor.
Where'd she go?
Still nowhere to be found.
Jeez. She's like a ninja.
Till Min Om. It's a memorial.
It's a memorial stone, yeah. Okay.
3 men died when the mine collapsed in 1902. Georg Hatlestad, Niels Frambu, Arne Fretland.
See, this is what working a regular job. Did you say Fretland?
The younger brother who was mentioned in the article.
The 19-year-old. So the younger children did not die in the mine. Those bodies we saw up at the church were buried recently, and the mine happened 20 years ago. A tragic incident like this one, he knows, in a community so small would be felt by everyone. The younger brother, Fretland, Edward thinks, was a victim of his family's ambitions.
The newspaper said the accident forced the mine to shut down.
What does any of this have to do with us?
I still don't know why Elizabeth came here,
And you think it has something to do with this mine?
or with what it did to the village. Maybe. He was just 19.
How long had he been working in the mine? That's too young for a dirty job like digging into rock.
We're in the real world, Lissie. Most teeners don't have the luxury to idle away their days with games and witty repartee.
That's right, you
Ouch.
tell her. You tell her how privileged she is. She needs to hear this. Okay, let's, well, there's obviously a minecart here, but it's overgrown.
I don't understand why they just leave this here. Like an altar to adversity. It's creepy.
Rustic superstition. Perhaps they believed they'd attract bad luck if they moved it.
What did they use this for?
Bringing the ore down from the mine before it was loaded onto boats.
So, diamonds? Gold? Or just boring old silver?
Boring
Iron ore.
old silver.
Or what?
Rock, which contains iron
I know.
deposits. That
He just doesn't get it. When she's tooling with him, he never gets
Where
it.
do these tracks lead?
To the mine. Where else would they go?
She just delivers it
I don't know.
deadpan.
A castle up in the mountains? Where the frost giants live? And this is how they receive their monthly offering of meat from the villagers.
She's referencing all the Norse mythology,
I hope.
because we're in Norway. It's clever. Clever girl. Alright, let's go. Or not, you can stay back there.
No trespassing for traitors.
Cool. Want to jump the gate and explore what's on the other side?
Actually. Edward isn't
What do you say,
particularly
sport?
enthused by the idea of climbing the fence and braving the path uphill. Edward considers the rickety gate and the overgrown path to the woods
Teddy?
beyond. It doesn't look very inviting.
Hello?
It's not safe.
Oh, horse feathers! You may be the most boring man in this country. Where's your sense of adventure,
You
old sport?
ninja.
Don't you want to see where these tracks go?
I do.
They lead to the old mine. And no,
He doesn't.
I've had enough adventure on this side of the fence. Besides, they wrote no trespassing for a reason.
That might be where people are,
You're
though.
such a terrible bore, Teddy Bear. I'll wager 1,000 clams you'll jump this gate at some point, if you believe Betty's on the other side.
Yeah, we would.
Frederick Fretland.
Definitely.
Who are these traitors he refers to?
What now? We've looked everywhere.
There really doesn't seem to be anyone around.
Maybe we missed something. An important clue. How about the general store? We haven't been inside yet.
It looked deserted, but worth another look, I
Well,
guess.
it was locked. Are we gonna find a way in? We could find a way in.
if everyone turned into a pebble? And they can't speak, but they see and feel everything that happens to them.
There's something very wrong with your head.
Wouldn't that just be awful? Why, I'd be a murderer.
So strange. Come on, Alice, dear. Let's keep going, shall we? We didn't really give a good look over this way. But just some sacks and some rocks. Nothing peculiar out of the ordinary. Every time we see a boat or a cart, it's been left abandoned. They have like a washing board and some cloth over here just left out. It's almost like something happened suddenly, but also things happened over time. So there was a degradation of the community, the boats rotted the buildings, but some of it looks like the people vanished quickly. When we see stuff like the washing tools back there, I don't know why they would just leave them sitting there. You'd think you'd find them rusting in someone's backyard or house, not out where they were clearly using them. Alright, let's go try the general store again. That's not normal. Okay, birdie. Where are you going?
Alice!
I'm down in the village, Teddy.
Well, maybe you should come up here, eh? Because we're trying to get in. It was your suggestion.
Lissie, come here. It's Betty's hat. She was here. She could still be in there. Betty? Betty!
Are you sure, Edward? I mean, it's just a hat. Is it even a hat? I'm
I
not
know
sure
my sister's hat, Lissie. I have to get inside.
What about the breaking and entering part?
I could care less what they call it.
Look at us. She was right. When it comes to our sister, we're willing to do anything, but without that impetus, we often hesitate to open a door. Let's see how we handle this. Are we going to find another way? We are. We're going to find another way. I say that Alice could probably just, like, kick it in. Oh, we're going to go through the window. Makes sense. No, it's not open. It's locked. Okay, well, let's check around back. There's got to be a window open somewhere.
I need to get inside. If Betty's in there...
Perhaps there's a back door. Or an open window.
We're going to check all the windows. And it's definitely going to be the last one we check that's open. Yes. Here we go, guys.
Here's an open window.
You seem eager to break the law. I approve.
Now we do, yeah. For better or worse, we're going in.
It won't...
Oh, give it a good
Fudge.
pull.
Nah, don't be a milquetoast.
Well, it's stuck.
Attaboy, Teddy.
I'll
You
be
can do
milquetoast.
this.
Let's pull harder. 2 hands. There you go, old chum.
I can't believe I'm actually breaking... Whoops, Daisy.
You're back? Jeez.
Oh my, Teddy. You're such a sap.
Okay, get up. Don't let her go in there by herself now. Who knows what could happen. On our feet. Here we go. Oh, okay. We did it. See if we can drag ourselves in.
Dilettante, world traveler, cat burglar.
A cat burglar would by definition
Okay.
enter a building on a higher
Jeez.
floor.
The state of this place.
Oh, Betty.
Edward,
I hope you weren't here when...
is this blood?
It
Not
certainly
necessarily
looks
human
like blood.
Well, that's all right then.
Yeah, doesn't
What
matter.
does it say? Barn murder? Someone murdered a barn?
That's probably not it. Lissie, it's probably not it. It's probably something else.
Barn means child. And mortar...
no.
that's-
Child murder.
Jeez.
Edward, they murdered a child?
Maybe not just the
Someone
one.
thought so.
Probably the same someone who vandalized the store.
Let's take a little break here, and when we come back, we're going to finish investigating the store and check out our sister's hat. But if all those graves up at the village were children, something very awful happened here. Very interested to see where this story goes. Like the characters, the setting, it's all great. Hope you guys are having fun with this one. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for the support. I really appreciate it. Take care and wish me luck.